Two people, same city, same month, same pile of cash, $112,000 each. Maya buys a rental house. Median American price 25% down, a tenant in it by the end of the month. Derek buys an index fund. Same money, one transfer, done in 4 minutes. 30 years later, they both sell everything and pay their taxes. Maya walks away with about $1.74 million. Derek walks away with about $3.84 million. A gap of about $2.1 million from the same starting money. And here's the part that makes no sense yet. Maya's house did not underperform. Her $112,000 turned into about 11 times itself on the property alone. So the money didn't disappear into a bad investment, it disappeared into costs. And by the end of this, you'll have one division you can run on any listing in 10 seconds. That tells you which side of this you're actually on. I'm not telling you what to buy, I'm showing you the full cost of both, then you decide. The house costs about $410,000. That's the median American home sale price this June, an all-time record. Investment property needs 25% down. That's $102,000. Plus closing costs, 2.5%, another $10,000, gone before the tenant moves in. Cash out of her account on day one, $112,413. Derek transfers exactly the same. Same dollar, same day. Her mortgage is about $307,000 at 7.4%. 7.4, not 6.7. Landlords pay a premium. The bank knows you'll walk away from a rental before you walk away from your own bed. Payment, $2,125 a month, frozen for 30 years. Now here's real estate's actual superpower, and it's not appreciation. $1 of Maya's cash controls $3.64 of house. Derek's dollar controls $1. Nobody will lend him $300,000 for 30 years to buy an index fund. That is a genuine structural advantage, and Maya starts this race with it. Year 1. The tenant pays $2,285 a month. The mortgage is $2,125, so the rent covers the mortgage with about $160 left over. This is exactly where the pitch stops. So let's not stop there. Start with vacancy. 7.3% of the year, nationally, a rental sits empty. Tenants move out, you paint, you show it, you wait. $25,427 collected, not $27,400. And now the mortgage is bigger than the rent. Property management. 8% of everything collected, and that is the cheap end of what anyone quotes. $2,000 a year for somebody to answer the phone at 11 at night. Property tax. $3,700, and it grows every year because it's a percentage of a house that keeps getting more expensive. Landlord insurance. $3,100 a year, about a quarter more than a homeowner pays because a tenant lives there, not an owner. Maintenance. 1% of the value a year, the standard rule, $4,100. Some years, nothing. Then 1 year the roof. Add the mortgage back on top. $25,500 a year. Net cash flow year 1, minus $13,047. She is paying just under $1,100 a month to own this house. That's not a bad deal or a scam. That's a normal American rental at today's prices and today's rates. The rent covers the mortgage. It does not cover the house. So for this to be a fair fight, both of them get the same monthly budget, $1,100. Maya covers her shortfall out of that budget, and whatever's left she puts in the index. Derek puts all of it in the index. Same cash in, same money out the door every month, for 30 years. Nobody gets free money. Now let it run, and this is where real estate earns its reputation. Year 5. The house is worth $483,000. The mortgage is down to $290,000. Her equity is $193,000. She put $112,000 in on day 1. The tenant is doing the rest. Year 15. House, $734,000. Rent, $3,700 a month. Payment, still $2,125. That is the single best feature of a mortgage, and it's easy to miss. The rent moves with the world. The payment is a fossil. Year 25. The rent finally covers everything, and the house starts paying her instead. 24 years of writing checks first. That's the part of the pitch nobody times. Meanwhile, Derek does nothing. Same $1,100 a month, no phone calls, no roof. And because Maya's shortfall eats most of her budget, she only gets about $232,000 into the index over 30 years. Derek gets $508,000 in. Same budget, less of it reaching the market. That's not a fee anyone charges. That's just what a negative cash flow asset does to a savings plan. Year 30. The mortgage is gone. The house is worth about $1,370,000. That is a real serious result. $112,000 of cash became a paid-off house worth $1.37 million, and a tenant paid for most of it. Now she sells. And this is the chapter that decides the whole episode. Realtor commission, 5.7%, which is the 2026 average, $78,000. Seller closing costs, 1.5%, $20,000 more. Then the tax bill, and it comes in two pieces. Most people only know about one of them. Capital gains on the profit, 15%, $128,000. And depreciation recapture. For 30 years, the tax code let her write the house down, which lowered her tax bill every year. When she sells, that comes back at 25%, $89,000. She does get one thing back. All those loss-making years were stored up, and they're released against her tax bill at the sale. $47,000 in her favor. Add it up. $316,000 of commission, closing, and tax. 23% of the sale price at the exit alone. Derek's exit is one line of capital gains tax and one click. Just under $590,000 of tax on a much bigger gain. And no commission, no closing costs, no recapture, no buyer, no inspection. Final numbers, after tax, in cash. Maya, $1,740,000. Derek, $3,840,000. And let's be precise about Maya's number, because it's two things stacked together. The house, after commission, closing, and tax, handed her $1,100,000. The other $630,000 is her own index account. The leftover budget the house didn't eat. More than a third of the landlord's final number was made by stocks. And notice what did not cause that. The house grew by 4.27% a year, which is exactly what American housing has actually done since 1987. Her leverage was real, and it worked. Friction ate it. Now the other side properly, because Maya's plan has 5 real advantages, and Derek's model quietly assumes things that don't happen to real people. 1. Leverage. Nobody anywhere will lend you $300,000 for 30 years at a fixed rate to buy stocks. That's not a small perk. That's an advantage stocks structurally cannot copy. 2. The property itself did win. Before tax and before her index account, $112,000 became $1,275,000 of equity, 11 times her money. 3. A tenant paid off $307,000 of debt. Maya's own worst year out of pocket was $13,000. Somebody else retired that loan. 4. And this is the one I'd argue is the biggest. Derek's plan needs him to invest voluntarily every single month for 360 months, through 2 or 3 crashes without touching it. Maya's plan doesn't need her to be disciplined. It sends her a bill. Most people obey bills and abandon plans. This model assumes Derek never misses a month for 30 years. Real Derek probably does. And the version of Derek who panic sells in year 12 doesn't have $3.9 million. He has a story. 5. If she never sells, she never pays that exit. Hold it or hand it to your kids. And the commission, the closing costs, and the recapture never happen. That's $2,050,000 instead of 1.74. And it gets better than that. Drop the property manager, answer the phone yourself, and she finishes with $2.14 million instead of 1.74. So Maya's side is not a consolation prize. She was beaten by a specific number, and that number is fixable. Here's the number: annual rent divided by purchase price. That's it. That's the whole thing. Maya's house rented for $27,400 a year on $410,000. That's 6.7%, the national average. Now run the identical model, identical costs, identical taxes, and only change that one number to 10%. Maya finishes with $3,961,000. Derek finishes with $3,839,000. She wins. Self-manage as well, and never sell, and she finishes with $4.8 million. Real estate isn't the loser here. 6.7% rent to price was the loser. The break-even is 9.8%. Below that, in this model, the index wins. Above it, the rental does. And notice what didn't flip it. To catch Derek on appreciation alone, her house would have to grow 8.8% a year for 30 straight years. American housing has done 4.27. So if somebody is selling you a rental on how much the neighborhood is going up, they're selling you the wrong half of the deal. The cash flow is the deal. Appreciation is the tip. So here's what to actually do with this. 3 numbers before you buy anything. 1. Take the rent and subtract everything. Mortgage, tax, insurance, maintenance, management, vacancy. If that number's negative, you're not buying an income asset. You're buying a bet on prices with a monthly bill attached. That's allowed. Just call it what it is before you sign. 2. Your exit. Assume 7% of the sale price in commission and closing, plus capital gains, plus recapture. Subtract that from the win before you decide the win is real. 3. Annual rent divided by purchase price. On the listing, on your phone, in 10 seconds. Ours was 6.7. 9.8 is where the rental wins. Now you know which one you're looking at. And to be completely straight with you, none of this says, don't buy real estate. Plenty of people got genuinely wealthy doing exactly what Maya did. Every one of them either bought at a rent to price the rest of us don't see anymore, or managed it themselves, or never sold. Both of these work. They just have conditions. Derek's condition is that he never flinches for 30 years. Maya's condition is that the rent divided by the price is high enough to pay for everything the house asks for. Pick the condition you can actually keep. So here's my question, and I want a specific answer. If you own a rental right now, what's your actual monthly cash flow? After tax, insurance, maintenance, and vacancy. Not the rent. The number that lands in your account. And if you've never worked it out, that's the more interesting comment.